Hello and welcome everyone to the FPL video. My name is Mo and today what I'll be going through is the team selection for game week 7 of my team, what my thought processes were, which players I'm taking out, which players I'm looking to bring in for this game week, my future thought process on players to bring in or my thought process on my team and how it's going to be looking eventually because of the fixture swings that are coming up and the players that I've kind of lost faith in terms of the FPL game so far. But before we get into all that, all I like to do is hit the like button if you like the content, and if you haven't subscribed yet to FPL INKLING, hit that subscribe button before we get stuck into today's video. So let's review how I went in game week 6, so how my team did. So you guys can see I got 55 points, which was 12 points above the average. I'm pretty content and satisfied with how I did. Obviously, the more points I would have got, the better, but I'll take 55 considering how dreadful it started from the first game of this weekend, which was Shaw and Ronaldo from Manchester United, where I only got 4 points from those two players, and considering my captain had already played and not fired in the first game. So overall at the moment I've got 372 points. I'm around 1.399 mil. I've gone up just around 300,000 places for this game week, which I'm pretty happy with. If I continue that, I'll pretty much get into the top rankings in no time, in a couple of game weeks time. But let's look at how my team did generically. But Sanchez got me 2 points for the game. Had a good game, unfortunately conceded a penalty, not really much his fault, but Zaha took a really good penalty. I was expecting a clean sheet, and if they'd won the game, they would have gone top of the Premier League. Now, that would have been a story for us to discuss. After 6 game weeks, we would not have expected Brighton to be top of the league, but he got me 2 points. You know, with the games he's got coming up in the next couple of game weeks, you know, they do get a bit more challenging, and, you know, for me, he's not going to be changed. I'm pretty much going to keep him. I'm not too excited by the Ramsdale prospect. I don't want to take any hits at the moment, but he's doing the job. He is 19 points so far with 2 clean sheets. And he's got Arsenal next game week, followed by Norwich, and then he gets into a bit more difficult fixtures. But for me, he's going to stay, and he's done okay so far for me. The next is Trent. I was expecting a clean sheet from him, but hats off to Brentford. They played extremely well. He got a point. I would have liked him to get me a potential return considering they got 3 goals. But it wasn't one of his best games. I'm not looking to take him out at all, despite the fixtures that we're looking at for Liverpool in terms of Man City next week. They got Watford after that, Manchester United, Brighton, then West Ham and Arsenal. So it looks, you know, a game week tough, a game week manageable. So they're not bad fixtures. And for me, he's pretty much another midfielder, coming in at 7.5, 7.6 now after I brought him. But I think, you know, he's going to be someone who's going to come good. And he didn't have the best of the game weeks, but I expect him to come back and give us a real good return. Now, Reguilon got me 4 points despite conceding 3 goals. Got the assist for the goal that Son scored. Spurs had a real disappointing game. So, you know, barring if you had either Reguilon or Son, it was a disappointing game all round. Arsenal played absolutely amazing, out of their skin. For me, have I lost faith in Reguilon? I have indeed, so I will be taking him out in this game week. I'm not too excited by what I've seen with Tottenham. Now, that's no disrespect to Nuno. I don't see that in defence. I can't see them keeping any clean sheets with the form they have at the moment. And at the forward line, you know, Son, Dele Alli, Harry Kane, they've been disappointed personally. So for me, I'm off the Spurs bandwagon. Their fixtures don't really excite me in the next coming game weeks. They've got Aston Villa, Newcastle, yes, but then West Ham, Manchester United, Everton. I can see them struggling if they don't pick up their form. And that's why, for me, I've kind of moved away from Sergio Reguilon and I've looked to potentially get in some new defenders who I think have A, better form, and B, better fixture runs. But we'll go through that when I reveal my team. Then we had Luke Shaw, so disastrous for me. After half an hour, got a yellow card and then took a knock to come off. So it got me 0 points. A lot of managers like myself are potentially going to take him out this game week. So yes, this is my second player I'm taking out. So I will be taking a 4-point hit. Shaw will be taken out and replaced with another defender. I don't intend to get him back anytime soon. Potentially around probably game week 15, I'd say, when they play Crystal Palace. If he's fit then and he's playing well, I can definitely look in bringing it back. Or elsewise, I can look at Van Bissaka or any of the other Manchester United defenders. But for now, for at least the next, you know, let's say 7-8 game weeks, Luke Shaw has gone out of my favour. Now, my vice captain Salah got me a better return than my actual captain did, which was Ronaldo. He got me 7 points with a goal. Could have had another goal. Played really well, I think, in a very difficult game. But hats off to Brentford again. He's got 5 goals, 3 assists so far this season in 6 games. So he's got more than 1 return a game. And he's got Man City coming up on the weekend. That's not to say he can't score. He's on penalties as well. It's going to be a fascinating game. So he's not going to be my captain for now. And I don't intend to captain him this week at the moment unless something specifically changes or I just have a real good gut feeling that I want to captain him. But against Man City at home, I think there are better options for captaincy this game week. But Salah still will remain as one of my 3 Liverpool players this game week. Now we've got Rafinha, who actually played, which was really, really good news for all us Rafinha owners. He got us a goal, which is a really good goal actually, to be fair. Hit the post after that, after a fingertip save from the goalkeeper. Could have had more, but then came off, and I think his workload management is being managed at the moment by Bielsa, so it says there's a 75% chance of him playing. I think he will play, but again, he might just get around 60-70 minutes and then get subbed off. In terms of fixtures, they don't change, so they have some really good fixtures. Watford at home, Southampton, Wolves, Norwich, so I'm not intending to take him out. I think he'll be fine to play, and we shouldn't be too concerned by the 75% chance of playing, which is suggested by the FPL website. Now, Diego Jota, I don't know whether to be happy or to be frustrated. He did get 7 points, which is better than what he's done in the last 3 game weeks that I've been kind of hoping for him to get me a good haul. But that could have been more. He had a really good chance, which was saved by the keeper. Yes, we can say it's a great save, but he should have buried that. A few headers he's put wide. So he had some chances in there. Firmino came back, and he still stayed on the pitch and played 90 minutes. So a lot of people are thinking at the moment, will his minutes be affected? Eventually they will. I'm not going to lie to you, they will get affected, but he's playing for now. I don't intend to sub him out anytime soon. He's going to stay, and even if he comes off from the bench, I know he's a threat, and he can get me some points from there. Otherwise, if he does start to lose minutes and faith from Klopp, then I can look at alternative, better options who are playing well at that moment in time. Now, Damari Gray, again, got me another assist, so he's playing well. 4 returns so far from the 6 games. I've had him in my squad for, I'd say, 4 games, and he's got me 3 returns already. So for someone who I brought for 5.6 mil, he's been an absolute bargain for me. Almost 20% of managers own him at the moment. And in terms of fixtures for Everton, yes, they've got Manchester United, West Ham. But for me, he's playing well. He's on the left. He's pretty much going to play every single minute. There's no reason why he can't score. He can't challenge these defences, and they can be challenged. So we'll just have to wait and see how he performs in those games. But for now, for what he's given me back so far, if you're looking to potentially add someone into your team from Everton, you've got Decore, Townsend and Gray. I've got Gray already, but the other 2 are just as good. Now, the last minute change that I had to make for Bamford was St. Maximin, and it actually came good for me. I lost -4, but he got me 8 points, so I made a +4 on him. But again, St. Maximin is just going from strength to strength. He could have got more points this game week. Willock missed a chance. He scuffed a one-on-one with the keeper where he should have shot first time, but 8 points with an assist. And 3 bonus points, so not a bad return whatsoever. And in terms of fixtures for, say, Maximin, if you can carry on, Wolves haven't been the best of the teams in terms of defensively, Tottenham and Crystal Palace. So again, he's got some real good fixtures. He's going to stay for a while in my squad. I might look to take him out for Dominic Calvert-Lewin when he comes back in and shows a bit of form. But for now, there's no reason for me to jump the gun and get rid of him so far. Next is my captain, Ronaldo. So not one of the best weeks for him or Manchester United. Losing 1-0 to Aston Villa wasn't great. He had hardly any chances. He was pretty much isolated. It was a shame to see. And it was his first game that he hasn't got any contribution in terms of a goal since he's returned back to Old Trafford. Now, in terms of fixtures, this is where the swing kind of takes place. Everton, Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, Manchester City. So am I looking to take him out? Yes, but not this game week. So he's going to remain in. He's going to be my captain for now. But, in terms of how he's performed so far, I have no complaints from him. He can only go strength to strength. And I think, an Everton home game will be another good game for him to really kind of find form. And the crowd can kind of spur him on to ensure that he can get the points that are expected from him at a home game for Manchester United. And last but not least, Mikel Antonio. So he came back straight into my squad after his suspension, and he rewarded me immediately with 8 points. So considering I lost -4 on the 2 transfers I've made, they gave me 16 points, guys. So I was actually, not too bad off. So I was a +12. Again, 5 goals, 4 assists so far this season. And in terms of fixtures, yes, they start to get more difficult, but I think generally he will still be, a real threat from a forward perspective. Brentford at home, Everton away, Tottenham, Aston Villa, Liverpool. But again, Mikel Antonio, I just can't see myself not having him in my squad in the game weeks coming forward. Now, let's go through to my squad selection. So we'll start with my goalkeeper, which is Sanchez. So he's got Arsenal at home. Again, I'm expecting a clean sheet from him. Arsenal played really well. If they play like that, I don't think he'll get a clean sheet. But if the old Arsenal from the first 3 games turn up, then it's a good chance. But Brighton have played well, and they've always had good games. So I'm really looking forward to this game on the weekend. Then I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold against Manchester City. It's always been an exciting game. They're at home. Can they keep a clean sheet? Now, that's a question to ask. You've got players like Kevin De Bruyne, Cancelo, Grealish, Jesus. They're all on the pitch. They've played well recently. So it's going to be an enthralling game and worthwhile seeing. I think Alexander-Arnold could get a return in terms of maybe an assist or a goal. But he's staying in my squad. And he's going to be one of my 3 defenders. Now, the next 2 players are substitutes or transfers, I should say, for Luke Shaw and Reguilon, which is Rudiger and Alonso. So I've taken the -4 for this game week. So they've come in. I want to take advantage of the fixture swing that Chelsea have coming up. So Alonso, a lot of people are a bit sceptical, but this guy pretty much plays as like a wing-back / striker. He's more in the box than Harry Kane, so why not bring him in at the moment? So I managed to get him into my squad, I believe, for 5.8, but he's gone up to 5.9 now. And with the fixtures that have come out, look at the sea of green, and I don't think he'll be rotated at the moment for Chilwell because he's playing that well. And they've got Rudiger as well. He's pretty much the nailed-on team sheet player. He might get the odd rest here and there, but at the moment, I think he should be fine to continue and play week in, week out for Chelsea. Now, my midfield, I've got Mo Salah, who should be my vice-captain, playing Manchester City. Maybe I should put that on Antonio, which I may do. And then I've got Rafinha, Jota, and Gray. So hopefully Jota starts, or if he doesn't, he comes on as a sub. He can get a return back for us. But those are not going to be my midfielders. I'm pretty content with them. I don't intend to change those guys anytime soon. And then we've got St. Maximin up front, who's playing Wolves. Again, I think that should be a good game for him to kind of get a good return, and Newcastle could potentially get their win they've been looking for. And then Ronaldo as captain as Everton. Again, people will say why Ronaldo, but for me, I wasn't too concerned about last week before the game started, and I shouldn't be thinking too much differently for this game week. But for me, Ronaldo, I think captaincy at Everton at home, there should be a reaction. And I think he might be on penalties now, considering Bruno has missed 1. So that's why he's in my captaincy choice. But the game week after, what my transfer will be for the game week after the international break, and I'll be watching, hopefully no one gets injured. Ronaldo should go out for Lukaku. That should spare up by about 0.8, 0.9 mil. I don't really see anywhere else on the pitch that I need to increase in terms of spending my funds. If not, I might actually be looking to take Jota out if he doesn't get the minutes. Might look at someone like a Benrahma if they continue their form, and Ismail Sarr. There's a lot of players to consider. So at the moment, the kind of wild card thought process that many managers are thinking is 2, 3, 4 premiums actually needed. Do we need to target more players around the 5.5 to 7 mil mark who played so well? So that's something that we should be considering. And maybe you could play the Lukaku / Vardy combination up front with Antonio and have a cheaper midfield with maybe like a Rafinha, Gray, Decore, for example, Smith Rowe, these kind of players that you can consider. So that's something to consider in your thoughts as well. But at the moment, I've played my wild card. So for me, it's pretty much going to be Lukaku after. So then I'll get my 3 Chelsea players for the fixture swing that I'll be looking to take advantage of. How will I feel not having Ronaldo in my squad? Very nervous, because I'm going to be happy in the sense that Ronaldo scores, Man United win. I'm not too fussed about whether I have him in my squad or not. But if Lukaku scores and I don't have him in my squad, that'll be more painful. So for a win-win situation, Lukaku should come in and I'll be happy with the balance of my squad. Now, that's not to say Ronaldo can't score in the fixtures that he has coming up. But, in terms of the sea of green that Lukaku does have, I just can't go through those game weeks without having him in my squad. Now, last but not least, we've got Antonio. So the king himself, Brentford at home. Now, I've been debating this. Should I put the captaincy on him or not? It's between him and Antonio. Again, it's a 50-50, but I'm going to leave it as Ronaldo for now. Unless, I get this kind of thought process or this feeling that I want to go for Antonio, it can be changed. But for now, it's going to be Ronaldo, and I should be pretty content with that in terms of my captaincy. So that's my team for this game week. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is this the kind of team that you're looking at the moment? Are there any players that you take out or potentially bring in? Let me know what your thoughts are. But before we do leave this video, I want to talk about the fixture swing and your thought process, what it should be around your team selection. So if you're looking to play a wild card this game week or next game week, these fixture swings and these fixtures should play a major decision in which players to bring in and which players to potentially avoid. So as you can see, these teams' fixtures are ranked in terms of difficulty, with the easiest at the top, which is Chelsea, and at the bottom is Manchester United, which are considered to have the most difficult fixtures as a combination of the 5 games over the next 5 games for FPL. So these are from the FPL website, which is their predictor in terms of the fixtures itself. So it will be pretty, amazing if many managers don't triple up on Chelsea from game week 7, if not game week 8. So a lot of combination at the moment are looking at 2 defenders, so Rudiger, Alonso, Rudiger. Reece James is injured now, so Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Rudiger, Chilwell if he comes back in, and then along with Lukaku. But some players, some FPL managers I've seen on the community are looking at potentially Lukaku, Kovacic, and Rudiger. Now Kovacic for 5.1 mil, I think you'll probably get more attacking returns from Alonso, spending a little bit more in defence. So again, it's your thought process. Leeds, if Bamford was fit, pretty much would be most FPL managers at the moment, considering the fixtures that they do have. But his form's not been great either, so are we going to overlook him potentially? We could do. I'm not going to be looking to bring him back in. I'm going to be keeping faith with St. Maximin, and eventually when Calvert-Lewin comes back in, he'll go straight into my squad. Arsenal, again, have some really good fixtures here as well, so maybe looking into Smith Rowe, Partey, maybe even Aubameyang might be a good shout for you, or some Arsenal defenders, or even Ramsdale in your goal if you're looking to wildcard. Leicester, they've got a few difficult games in there, but again, Vardy might be a good shout for you guys to consider. And potentially Iheanacho if he gets some more minutes, because they looked a lot better once he came onto the pitch over the weekend in the game they played. And then Manchester City have got some difficult fixtures either side of the 5 game weeks, but some really good fixtures in between. So if you're going to wildcard in game week 8, it might not be a bad shout for you to even get 2 or 3 players at the moment for Manchester City. And then you've got Liverpool, difficult game, easier game, difficult game, slightly easier game, and then difficult game. So again, I'm tripled up from. I'm not looking to move away from. Then you got Manchester United, who got on paper some difficult fixtures. But if you're looking to keep Ronaldo, it makes absolute sense, because I think there's some real good points to have. Greenwood, is it time to get rid of him? That's a question that many managers will be thinking, especially in their wild card. Are there better options who are cheaper? So you got someone like Benrahma, Ismail Sarr, Decore, Townsend, or Gray as well. So there's some really good options going there. Jimenez might be someone might be considering to bring up front because he got his first goal. Is that going to bring his confidence back? A real good moment for football in general. That someone like Jimenez, coming back from such a difficult injury, was able to play so well and has got his confidence back from that goal that he did score. It's a dreadful game, but it's a really good moment for him, and we should all be looking into their fixtures as well, which are really good. I haven't got them on screen here, but Wolves might be a team that you might be looking to consider. So overall, these are the kind of the fixture swings. So I'm looking to target Chelsea at the moment. I've got Liverpool players in. Is there any other specific teams I'm looking to target? I've got Rafinha in from Leeds itself. Arsenal, again, am I looking to switch Sanchez out for Ramsdale? Not yet. Maybe in like game week 9 or 10 if I have a transfer, or maybe 11. I might look to get Ramsdale in if he gets the consistent run and can keep the clean sheets going in itself. I'm pretty much at the moment not looking at Vardy at the moment, because I'm looking to add to my squad in terms of Lukaku. So I'm not going to put 2 premium strikers up there, because I just can't have my squad without Trent being in there, because I consider him not only as a defender but a key midfielder, because he does get me the returns what a midfielder of his price range can get me in an FPL season. So I hope these fixtures and the difficulties kind of make it easier for your decisions if you are wildcarding this week or looking to wildcard next week for your FPL team. But again, this is my team at the end of the day. Ronaldo as captain, 3-4-3. I'm set. I've got my 2 Chelsea defenders in. Hopefully they can keep a clean sheet against Southampton, because otherwise I'll be disheartened in the sense I've taken a -4 and they weren't able to keep a clean sheet. I'm not too sure about Luke Shaw's return. They've got a Champions League fixture that they're going to play, so we'll probably get more understanding around it from there. But otherwise, I think it looks pretty cool pretty nice. I don't have any concerns. There's a few difficult fixtures in there, but I think overall this team looks good to bring me some really good points away. I think what's going to really determine how good my week is if Sanchez can get me a clean sheet against Arsenal and Chelsea can get a clean sheet. I think we're going to have a good week. Let me know what your thoughts are of this squad. If you have any questions about your squad, drop me a message, contact me, let me know what your thoughts are, let me know what your decisions you wanted to make, or if I could help you with anything, let me know. Till then, what I want you to do is type in that code, join the FPL INKLING family, like the video if you haven't liked it so far, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, help us get closer to that 1k mark, and let's get there as soon as possible. Till then, I want you to stay tuned for some more content. I'll be doing some live streams for like question and answers, and streams in terms of deadline and knee jerks as well. So stay tuned, stay safe, and keep looking forward to some more content.